just want to give everybody a very warm welcome and thank you so much to the Green Heritage Fund in Suriname and the World Wildlife Fund office in Suriname for giving me the invitation to be with you this afternoon. And I'm the executive director of an organization called the Wider Caribbean Sea Turtle Conservation Network. We go by the acronym WIDECAST because it's just easier to say. So like all nonprofits, we have a tagline, a mission statement, if you will, and that is that all WIDECAST country coordinators, WIDECAST is a network. We have 65 national coordinators in 45 countries, and those coordinators are fisheries officers, marine biologists, members of the clergy, fisheries experts, professors, all manner of folks that have come together to the table to have this shared conversation over the last nearly 30 years. And the objective of all of us working together and with the broader networks within our individual countries is just this sense of commitment that we truly want to build a future where all inhabitants of the wider Caribbean region, human and sea turtle alike, can live together in balance. And I think one of the places to start is to recognize that the reason this question is so important and the reason answering it is so important is that we're doing a really lousy job of our relationship to life in general and to the oceans as well. World Wildlife Fund puts out a Living Planet report every other year that includes a living index, a global living planet index, they call it. And over the last 40 years, which is not a very long time, on average, throughout every monitored population, plant and animal alike, around the world, there's been an average decline of about 60%. That's globally in just 40 years. To the point where when we look at the IUCN Red List and the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, it's based in Gland, Switzerland. It is the entity to which we entrust the data associated with population monitoring. And they rank and characterize species and help global policymakers and conservationists and others kind of make their decisions on what's most important, what's most critically endangered. And as we look at these data and the decline of biodiversity around the world, decade after decade after decade, the IUCN tells us that about somewhere between a third and a quarter of all assessed species are actually threatened with extinction. This is the sixth major extinction that the Earth has endured, but it is the first that has been propagated by one species against all the others. We're not talking about a meteoroid crash or volcanoes or an ice age. We're talking about one form of life systematically exterminating all other forms of life. And we need to take ownership of that. We need a better balance. We need a more sustainable relationship. And so here we are. If humans were suddenly to disappear, the Earth would regenerate back to a rich state of equilibrium that existed after the last ice age. What would happen? And this is what I want you to go to bed with tonight. What would happen if by your efforts, the Earth would actually miss us if we were gone?